Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting in a little bit of some spooky season type of food. Yay! But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. Yay! I like my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. What, however, is GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords? Well, it's a movie. Came out in theaters and everything. This was, way before streaming or even direct-to-video, really. Back then, if you wanted a movie put out, damn it, it had to be in theaters. It definitely would have been straight to streaming these days. But GoBots, they were a line of transforming robot toys that would transform into vehicles and monsters and such. Pretty similar to Transformers. But they hold the unique distinction where they actually came to market before Transformers did. Transformers ultimately ended up kicking the shit out of them, and now they're owned by the same company. But, GoBots, I still really like GoBots. I think it's a really fun series. And I didn't get to see this in theaters. I would have been way too small. I don't even know if I would have been born yet, if I'm being honest. I think it came out in 86. Yeah. But I do still really like it. I grew up watching the show as a kid, and I got a cool shirt. I love this shirt. It's very fun. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Spooky season food, eh? Yes, indeed, folks. I decided to hop on out to... sure. It's boom! It's from Culver's. I got one of their seasonal concrete mixers. Tom, I'm doing this. We are nearing the end of October. We're like right on the precipice of it. But I'm still getting in a little bit of stuff. This specifically is their salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer. Because they had like a normal pumpkin spice one. I was like, salted caramel pumpkin spice? Sure. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like, oh no, a little bit of a, it looks like this. Ha 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 ha! And it did it again. Whipped cream is good. You put whipped cream on almost anything, and it would somehow make it even more delicious. I'm saying that like that's some like fucking absurd take that nobody's ever had. No, it's really nice. Like with the whipped cream, I do have to emphasize, like the whipped cream, whatever whipped cream they're using is really nice whipped cream. I mean, with the pumpkin flavor, it tastes very pumpkin pie-ish, as one might assume. I'm a big fan of that. Trying to kind of peruse around for that salted caramel flavor. I'm getting a little hints of something right now, but I don't know if I just haven't hit like a proper deposit of it yet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. It's in there. It's given a little something extra, which is nice. But I have to admit, I wish I was getting more from it. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's one of those things where like maybe they just went over there and like put it around, kind of like part of the actual cup itself, and that's where it's coming into play. Because like I don't know, I'm not getting a lot in the actual in the thing itself. And I would have liked like some really nice ooey gooey deposits of. Apparently there's some sort of emergency in the background. Hopefully everybody's okay. Yeah, I was really hoping for like nice big like chunks of caramel in there. But instead, Yeah, no, there's definitely not. It's definitely more just the pumpkin spice base with kind of like a garnish of the salted caramel flavoring. That's a shame. The pumpkin spice, concrete mixer itself is nice. It's got a good flavor to it. How is it that no matter where I park, I'm literally behind an abandoned pizza place right now, and yet somehow somebody still has to park in the same lot as me? Maybe they're doing reviews too. I don't think so. Um, but yeah, the actual concrete mixture, the pumpkin flavor is nice. It's definitely like, I'm thinking back to, I believe in my head, I think last year, 2023, I think, what was it, Wendy's? I think they did a pumpkin spice frosty, and that was fine, but like it was very kind of meh at the end of the day. This is obviously like a substantially more elevated version of that, but I do really feel like they kind of cheaped out on the salted caramel aspect. And that's unfortunate because, I typically hold Culver's to a fairly high standard. I think that they have a good product, and they tend to do good things, and especially with their concrete mixers, that's one of their real, like, sort of namesake claim to fames. Because when you do get some of the salted caramel, it's extra nice. It elevates the sweetness, it gives a little bit of a contrasting flavor with the saltiness. It really kind of spruces it up and takes it from being something that's nice, but, maybe a little bit forgettable for what it is, because it's fucking pumpkin spice. We've all had pumpkin spice. And it takes it into something, like an extra nice little treat. Okay, well, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and the fundamental problem is I don't dislike it. It's a nice enough thing, but the problem is I could have just gone over there and got the normal pumpkin spice one and been probably just as happy. I don't really, again, I feel like the salted caramel aspect plays such a limited role because you're getting such a small amount of it that it feels almost wasted to be there. If you're going to tie that in, especially with it being, a special holiday themed kind of thing, do it really, like get it in there. Really make it a thing so that when people go over there and they try it, they think, man, I want to go back for that again. That was really tasty, really fun, and, unique. Instead of, conversely, okay, that was pretty good. It's fine. Yeah, I feel like I could get this anywhere else. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Again, it's a nice thing, but it's just, again, it's just a bit too generic. The one key element that was sort of elevating this, into something more unique, just is underrepresented, and that just feels, not only is it disappointing, it feels disingenuous. I'm just going to toss that out there. Like, it really does kind of feel like, come on now, you're putting that as part of the name. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't think I would get it again personally. It's not bad, but, like, I could just get a pumpkin spice what the fuck from wherever. If I'm recommending it, not really. Look, if you happen to be at Culver's and you want yourself a pumpkin spice concrete mixer, they have those available. And as far as I know, I don't think this one costs any more than the normal one. So if you want to give it a go, and to be fair, maybe the way they prep theirs will be a little bit different than the way that they prepped mine, and maybe it'll be a more rewarding experience for you. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I really would have liked this to have been like a really nice, cool signature item, and instead it just, I don't think it's anything you need to go out of your way for. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly proper salted caramel-tastic rest of your life. Does anybody else remember, and this was years back now, probably about like 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even longer, Pepsi had salted caramel Pepsi, and boy, oh boy, did I love that stuff. I wish they would go over there and bring that back out again, even if it's just like a limited run, love that stuff. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but What you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we go over there and find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you remember salted caramel Pepsi? How about cinnamon Pepsi? Man, we used to have these really fun, inventive flavors that they would come out with, and they weren't like the bullshit now where it's like, oh, you gotta order it online, and there's like 7 in the world, and you have to enter into a death match with the other contestants. It's like, it was just a thing they put out. And I kind of feel like 2020 fucked a lot of shit up. I kind of feel like 2020 left us with a much more basic version of the world. Like, we lost some of the fun. You know, everybody got a little bit spooked. Big companies, Walmart and shit don't do 24 hours anymore. Come on now. Anyway, bye.